Hi, I'm Willow for Breaking Muscle. Today I'm going to show you a sequence of poses that will target opening up and stretching the piriformis and some of the other lateral rotators of the pelvis and hip. So we'll be targeting the glutes, piriformis, as I spoke earlier, gemellus, the obturators. What these muscles do are the prime mover muscles, the glutes. They're the bigger muscles around the hip. And deep to that, or underneath the glute layer, we have a fan of muscles that extend and they insert into the femur and the hip bone. And they help open our hip wide so that our knees can open up and externally rotate down towards the floor. So we're going to work on stretching those because they can get really tight for prolonged and extended periods of sitting. First pose, start in a cross-legged position such as this. Weaving our breath into what we're doing, so we're building on the purpose and setting the intent, or also providing some stillness and space for our mind to quiet down. Breath ceremony. Bring the left palm of your hand to your lower belly and your right palm of your hand to your chest. Exhale all your breath out and keep your belly still. As you inhale, lift and expand the rib cage up. So you are filling up the ribs and the lungs with as much air and oxygen as you can. On your exhale, keep the belly still again and keep the chest up, reaching towards the sky. So we're activating the core through the front of the belly muscles, transverse abdominis, a little bit of rectus abdominis, and also lats, trapezius, and the erector spinae group in the back. Remove your hands. You can do 5 to 10 rounds of the breath ceremony to help move out distractions from your day and help you transition into being more relaxed, steadied, and grounded. Breath ceremony is great breathing and pranayama exercise to do first thing in the morning when you wake up and get out of bed, as well as right before you go to bed, or any point in time during the day when you're switching gears, you're transitioning from left brain to right brain. Next pose, shoelace pose, twisting towards the thigh and top knee. Bring your hands back and use the strength of your legs to bring the legs together into the position as best you can. Left shin stacks on top of right shin. Feet are active, meaning toes spread and extend back towards the knees. So you're turning on the muscles along the front of the shin. Bring your right hand down by the toes of the bottom foot and the left hand down on the floor by the sole of the foot. As you inhale, lengthen the torso, hovering the chest over the front knee and thigh. Bend the elbows and tweeze them towards each other to turn on the chest and the upper inner arms. If you're having a more flexible day, you can extend the palms forward, as in maybe a foot forward in front of your knee. If your neck feels strong, it feels like you want to release some tension in the back of the neck, the trapezius and the suboccipitals, let your head and neck relax down. Walk your hands back, and then rotate your torso back forward. Bring the left palm of the hand under your forehead and press the head up. Variations and modifications of shoelace. If you find that your hips are really tight and your top knee is lifting up, you can bring a block or a rolled up mat underneath this knee. That's one option. Another option would be to extend the bottom leg. Again, this foot is still going to be active, and you're extending the femur out away from the hip and then down, flexing and contracting your glutes and those lateral rotator muscles. And what that does when you flex and activate the glutes and the external rotators is it tells the antagonist muscles or the adductors to release. to let go and lengthen. And then you stretch those muscles simultaneously when you extend the femur out away from the hip and the pelvis. If this is still too much for your hip, bring the sole of the foot along the inner thigh. This would be very similar to doing a tree pose, but you're sitting here.